Hello. Today's scripture study is called My Eyes. Somebody please read Exodus chapter 33, verse 17.
And Yahuwah said to Moshe, Even this word you have spoken, I shall do, for you have found favor in my eyes, and I know you by name.
Thank you. So you can find favor in Yahuwah's eyes. He'll look upon you in favor, and there's blessings in that. Can somebody read 1 Kings chapter 9, verse 3?
And Yahuwah said to him, I have heard your prayer and your supplication that you have made before me. I have set this house apart, which you have built, to put my name there forever, and my eyes and my heart shall always be there.
Great, thank you. So Yahuwah's eyes and his heart shall always be there. Where? The temple in Jerusalem. Can somebody read 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 33?
Because they have forsaken me and bow themselves to Ashtoreth, the mighty one of the Sidonians, to Chemosh, the mighty one of the Moabites, and to Milcom, the mighty one of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways, to do what is right in my eyes, and my laws and my right rulings, as did his father David.
Great, thank you. So you can do things that are not right in the eyes of Yahuwah. He's watching us and he knows our minds, he knows our hearts, he knows what we're thinking, he knows what we're doing, and they keep record of it. So we have to make sure we do everything right in the eyes of Yahuwah. So read 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 38.
And it shall be, if you obey all that I command you, and shall walk in my ways, and do what is right in my eyes, to guard my laws and my commands, as my servant David did, then I shall be with you and build for you a steadfast house, as I built for David, and shall give Israel to you.
Great, thank you. So we need to do things that are right in the eyes of Yahuwah. And how do we do that? To guard his laws and his commands, to keep his laws and commands. And then we'll be doing right in the eyes of Yahuwah. Can somebody read 1 Kings chapter 14, verse 8?
And tore the reign away from the house of David, and gave it to you, and you have not been as my servant David, who guarded my commands, and who followed me with all his heart, to do only what was right in my eyes.
Great, thank you. Again, we see that to do things right in the eyes of Yahuwah, what do we need to do? To guard his commands, to keep his commands, and to follow him with all our hearts. Can someone read 2 Kings chapter 10, verse 30?
And Yahuwah said to Jehu, Because you have done well by doing what is right in my eyes, and have done to the house of Ahab all that was in my heart, your sons are going to sit on the throne of Israel to the 4th generation.
Great, thank you. Because what he's done was right in the eyes of Yahuwah, his children sat on the throne of Israel because of what he did. What did he do? He followed the commands. He kept the commands. And that's what's doing right in the eyes of Yahuwah. Can somebody read 2 Kings chapter 21, verse 15?
Because they have done evil in my eyes, and have provoked me since the day their fathers came out of Mitzrayim, even to this day.
Great, thank you. We need to make sure we don't do evil in Yahuwah's eyes. What is that? Anything that the scriptures proclaims as evil, we should not do, because there's curses in that. We get problems in our finances, in our health, in our daily lives. So we need to be careful to do what's right in the eyes of Yahuwah. Can someone read 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 15 and 16?
Now my eyes are open and my ears attentive to the prayer of this place. And now I have chosen and set this house apart for my name to be there forever, and my eyes and my heart shall always be there.
Great, thank you. So Yahuwah's eyes and his ears are attentive to our prayers. Of this place, it says, that's where the temple was in Jerusalem, but now we worship him in spirit and truth, so we can worship him and pray to him anywhere we are. Can someone read Job chapter 31, verse 1?
I have made a covenant with my eyes. How then could I gaze at a maiden?
Great, thank you. So in Job, it says that he's made a covenant with his eyes, and it says, how could I gaze upon a maiden? Because Yahusha said that even if you lust after a woman with your eyes, you've committed adultery. So the writer in Job made a covenant with his eyes. He not look or gaze upon a maiden, so he wouldn't sin. Can someone read Psalm chapter 13, verse 3?
Look, answer me, O Yahuwah my Elohim, enlighten my eyes, lest I sleep in death.
Great, thank you. The psalmist is asking Yahuwah to enlighten his eyes so he will not sleep in death. Death is actually you sleeping until the resurrection of either the just or the unjust. Can someone read Psalm chapter 25, verse 15?
My eyes are ever toward Yahuwah, for he brings my feet out of the net.
Great, thank you. My eyes are ever towards Yahuwah, always watching him and following after him and keeping the commands. And it says that he brings my feet out of the net, out of troubles, out of traps for you. Can someone read Psalm chapter 26, verse 3?
For your kindness is before my eyes, and I have walked in your truth.
Great, thank you. So Yahuwah's kindness is before our eyes, and he has walked in his truth. What is the truth? It's the word, the scriptures from Genesis to Revelation. Walking in it means keeping it. Can someone read Psalm chapter 69, verse 3?
I am worn out from my crying. My throat is dry. My eyes grow dim as I wait for my Elohim.
Great, thank you. So it says here that he's worn out from his crying and his throat is dry. His eyes are growing dim as he waits for Elohim. He's starting to die. He's waiting, and he's growing dim, waiting for Elohim. Can someone read Psalm chapter 101, verse 3?
I set no matter of Belial before my eyes. I hate the work of those who fall away. It does not cleave to me.
Great, thank you. So it says, I set no matter of Belial before my eyes, any false mighty ones. So he keeps away from false mighty ones and only worships Yahuwah. Can someone read Psalm chapter 101, verse 6?
My eyes are on the trustworthy of the land, to dwell with me. He who walks in a perfect way, he serves me.
Great, thank you. So Yahuwah's eyes are on the trustworthy of the land, the one who walks in a perfect way, he serves me. How does he walk in a perfect way? He keeps the scriptures, does what the scripture says to do, and stays away from the things that scripture says not to do. Some read Psalm chapter 119, verse 18.
Open my eyes that I might see wonders from your Torah.
Great, thank you. The psalmist is asking Yahuwah to open his eyes so that they might see the wonders from the Torah, so they might be taught by the Torah. Can someone read Psalm chapter 119, verse 37?
Turn away my eyes from looking at falsehood, and revive me in your way.
Great, thank you. The psalmist is asking Yahuwah to turn his eyes away from looking at falsehood, and he's saying, revive me in your way. What the way? Walking in the scriptures. Yahushua said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. It's going through the scriptures and being obedient to the commands. Can someone read Psalm chapter 119, verse 136?
Streams of water have run down from my eyes because they did not guard your Torah.
Great, thank you. The psalmist is crying over the people who do not guard the Torah, who do not keep the Torah. Some people nowadays say that Torah is done away with. You don't have to keep it, but really we should, because it's set in stone. We should be keeping it to have blessings in our lives and keep away curses in our lives. Can someone read Psalm chapter 119, verse 148?
My eyes have gone before the night watches to study your word.
Great, thank you. So the eyes of the psalmist has gone before the night watches. What was he doing? Studying the word, studying to find himself approved so that he will keep it and be blessed. Can someone read Psalm chapter 121, verse 1?
I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from?
Great, thank you. The psalmist says he lifts up his eyes and hills. Where does my help come from? The help comes from Yahuwah. And he lifts up his eyes waiting for deliverance. Can someone read Psalm chapter 123, verse 1?
I shall lift my eyes unto you who dwell in the heavens.
Great, thank you. The psalmist lifts up his eyes unto heaven, who dwells in heaven, Yahuwah. He looks for him and watches out for him and follows him. Can someone read Psalm chapter 131, verse 1?
O Yahuwah, my heart has not been proud, nor have my eyes been haughty. Neither have I concerned myself with great matters, nor with those too wondrous for me.
Great, thank you. So the psalmist is saying that his heart has not been too proud and his eyes has not been too haughty. He has not been puffed up and looking down on other people, thinking he's better than other people. Can someone read Psalm chapter 141, verse 8?
But my eyes are upon you, O Master, Yahuwah, in you I take refuge. Do not pour out my life.
Great, thank you. The psalmist says that his eyes are upon you, Yahuwah, and he takes refuge in him to be safe. And he asks him not to pour out his life so that he may live. Can someone read Isaiah chapter 1, verse 15?
And when you spread out your hands, I hide my eyes from you. Even though you make many prayers, I do not hear. Your hands have become filled with blood.
Great, thank you. It says here that when you spread out your hands, I hide my eyes from you. Even though you make many prayers, I do not hear, because your hands have been filled with blood. Because he's been a violent person, Yahuwah does not hear the prayers. He hides his eyes from the person. Can someone read Isaiah chapter 43, verse 4?
Since you were precious in my eyes, you have been esteemed, and I have loved you. And I give men in your place and peoples for your life.
Great, thank you. So Yahuwah is saying that you are precious in his eyes, and you have been esteemed, and that he loves you. He gives men in your place and peoples for your life so that he can live. Can somebody read Isaiah chapter 65, verse 12?
And I shall allot you to the sword, and let you all bow down to the slaughter, because I called, and you did not answer. I spoke, and you did not hear. And you did evil before my eyes, and chose that in which I did not delight.
Great, thank you. It says here that He called and you did not answer. I spoke and you did not hear. You did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I did not delight. So we need to make sure that we don't choose evil and we do things that are a delight to you, or following the scriptures and doing what's right.
Mm.
And so read Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 30.
For the children of Yehuda have done what is evil in my eyes, declares Yahuwah. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name, to defile it.
Great, thank you. So the children of Yehuda have done evil in Yahuwah's eyes. They set abominations in the house, in the temple. They put up idols and they set abominations and defiled it.